Hey, welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. Hope you're doing fantastic out there. And if you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. Appreciate you stopping by and supporting the channel as the Miami Heat in the depths of the offseason. What do we have right now? We're waiting on Pat Riley. He's, I guess, gathering his thoughts. Cannot wait to hear what he has to say about this debacle of a season. Still diving into some of the things that were said this week from the important parties that be. And I do still have some things that I want to dive into from there. And, on the other side of it, I'm basically just petty watching right now. Last night, one of the Giants was slayed as James Harden, who, I remember when this once again became a topic of discussion this year because the Clippers had a good season. They had a good season. Props to the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard finished the season healthy. Good for him. It's just, I don't understand because I get so enraged about this because it's so silly. And the fact that everything on social media has to be entertained as a thing. The fact that that Dwayne Wade's legacy has to be pitted up against James Harden, where like James Harden shouldn't even be in the same breath as Dwayne Wade. It's just it's patently absurd that a man who burst onto the scene of the NBA with one of the all-time clutch performances in a finals, down 0-2, rallying his team off 4 straight in juggernaut fashion. That is how this man was introduced to the basketball world. I mean, that's not even counting like clutch baskets as a rookie in his first playoff series and all of that. And, a team that got to the Eastern Conference Finals, if his shoulder doesn't, explode, where are they even then? But forget all of that. Just the idea that they even have to do this conversation every regular season. These hardened degenerates have to do this to themselves. And I imagine they're just like, I think they were all 14-year-olds, and now they're probably in college. I don't know. They all wear their fake beards to the game, and they've probably just traveled with all the teams that he's been on and try and make this thing enjoyable, act like they actually enjoyed watching him play basketball. And it's all well and noble. Like, good for them. But what do you know? Terrible in the series to get to this point, to get down 3-2, and then terrible in a Game 7. Was James Harden there? No, of course he wasn't. I mean, so I just strolled onto Twitter this weekend as, was just bored to death with all the terrible boxing that there was. Hopefully, in a way, it can be better tonight as I record this at around 6:30 p.m. And I'm just like, I can't believe that we allow this to and like this made First Take this year. I know like Jeff Teague tries to make a niche podcasting, and I like Jeff Teague's podcast, but I'm just saying like niche, everybody's got a crazy thing. You have guys saying they can do the Kobe 81 points. I get it. There's so many takes out there. We've never had more of a well for takes. It's why it's almost not as fun to get enraged anymore. Like, you used to really be able to get enraged at this stuff like Big Three style because there would only be so many places to go to. And now it's just like, it's not just the takers that are out there. It's the players who add a different level of delusion to it. And you're just like, I don't even understand what we're doing here. Like this is crazy to me. But, I watched everybody get to laugh at it yesterday, and it made me happy. It made me happy because, Dwayne gets to enjoy his success a little bit, and it just is silly that everybody tries to do this every single time. Whether it was same thing with Luka. Like, they did this when Luka joined LeBron James. Is this LeBron's greatest teammate? Heat in 5. Can you imagine if the worst the Heat got in LeBron and Dwayne's tenure together was gentlemen swept in the finals, not the first round. So I find all of that stuff adorable. I'm glad the GOAT is solidified once again. Got to enjoy himself on Saturday Night Live. And speaking of the Lakers, by the way, this was an interesting thing because, as I mentioned, the net of takes is just so wide. The Lakers fans, adorable as they may, I see that there's a lot of mock trades. They're trying to get themselves a big man. And I just want to say I'm not hating on this because it would, as the harbinger of the harpoon, it would be hypocritical of me to get upset at anybody having goo eyes for another star. But I see a lot of them have seemed to land on the Miami Heat's big man, Bam Adebayo, to pair up with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. And a lot of their trades, I think it's funny, like the one that I saw that went viral, it surrounded Austin Reaves and Dalton Connect, Gabe Vincent, and picks. Maybe Rui Hachimura was in there. I forget. But the main pull of that would be Austin Reaves. And look, this is no knock on Austin Reaves, who I think is a fine player. I really do. I have no ill will. I know there's been a little bit of an intangibles battle, Wade Harden. There's been a little bit of Hero Reaves of a battle that there's been, of course, of Heat fans wanting to hold the honor of Boy Wonder. But of all the things the Miami Heat could get for Bam Adebayo, respectfully, you think Austin Reaves is the best they can do? Like, that's the best the Miami Heat could do is Austin Reaves. Now, I can't even really get mad at the Lakers, okay? I can't get mad at them for two reasons. One, tip of the cap, game recognized game, I would do it too. Like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say, how do we get Giannis for Jaquez? But the other reason I can't get mad at him, this team, this fan base literally just fell ass backwards into Luka Doncic. So I can't even get mad at them. But I'm just like, you think the Miami Heat are going to trade Bam Adebayo for Austin Reaves? Like, they already have Austin Reaves. What do you mean they're going to trade? They'll be like, I got the solution, guys. You know that series that we just had where everybody said they were going to pick on this certain guy? Which, by the way, Austin Reaves didn't have himself a good playoffs either. I got the idea. Austin Reaves to the Miami Heat. So now they got two Reaveses, Reaves and Hero. They're gonna have CA. You know what's better than one cold ass white boy? Two. It's gonna be the deep freeze of white boys. That's what it's gonna be here at Heatland. I don't know. I was just like, wait, you guys think what? You think Bam, if the Heat are going to trade Bam, let me tell you something, dude. If the Heat are going to trade Bam Adebayo, respectfully to Austin Reaves, respectfully, not a knock on him. They're not going to trade for Austin Reaves, especially like when they already basically have that. Like, if you're going to do that, you're going to tailor it to a need or something else, a small forward, a wing, a star, an all-star, a multiple-time all-star. I shook my head at that. I mean, unless the only way you could, this is the only way you can think of it, right? The only way I could talk myself into it is like, the Heat aren't going to pay Tyler Hero. They think they could do Reaves a little bit more on the cheap skis, samesies, and it's just a complete move on from Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo's era. But I'd imagine this in like the fold of, you think they're keeping both of them, and you think that's where it's going to go. But I can't even blame Lakers fans. They got Luka Doncic for damaged goods. So how can I even? I'm jealous of them. I'm completely jealous that they were able to pull off an orking of a lifetime. They caught an orca with basically a rubber worm. I don't even understand it. They didn't even have to use real chum. This is crazy to me. So I don't know. It just I'm beside myself when I saw that. I was just like, all right, dude. You know, I've already had a long season as it is. I don't need the first thing in your solution to be, hey, let's get Bam Adebayo for Austin Reaves and stuff. Like, what? Are you crazy? This is insane to me. This is what you think the move is going to be for the Miami Heat. I can't. I mean, I need this offseason to really get underway. I don't know what's going to happen later on tonight. We will be petty watching. We will be petty watching, but I don't know what the results will be. I have no grasp of what this series is going to be. But I just saw that today, and I was like, no, man, no. If I'm going to entertain, like, seriously, I mean this seriously, like, I catch flack for, like, being a Bam apologist, which I'm not even saying I deny. Like, I really do root for Bam Adebayo. I do root for Bam Adebayo, and I think he's a really good player. I've said, I saw Zach Lowe gave him the business a little bit this week, saying not good enough, never going to be a top 15 player. He's got to average 24 a game. I don't think those are unfair criticisms. I also don't think, I think the highest I've ever seen him in these postseason rankings has been 15. Like, that's the highest I think I've ever seen him ranked. I don't know if he'll ever get ranked higher than that. I would agree with some of the sentiment that it wasn't good enough and it has to be better. I mean, his offensive game was in the toilet for 2.5 months of the season. All that was called out when it happened. Very clearly, as he said with Kalel, who I'm going to do another video on to discuss, that move was something he really wanted. And I don't think that him and the coach have seen eye to eye just based on their comments about his role, what he wants, what he envisions, and what Spo is sticking with. So, but that's okay. Like, he's allowed to face some heat on this too. Like, this isn't an offseason that should just be defined by Tyler Hero getting called out, Tyler Hero's criticism. Bam Adebayo absolutely deserves it, because I think there was a part of him that probably felt underappreciated in the finals runs based on after all the Jimmy stuff happened. But when you're part of Spo's longest losing streak and a historic series ass kicking, you're damn right there's going to be some call out with that. And there's going to be some repercussions as far as where your standing in the game is. But that's okay. Like Tyler Hero, what was he, ranked 87th by CBS this year? I mean, he obliterated that type of conversation. And you're seeing how many guys are failing defensively in the playoffs. That's the conundrum of it. If you don't have a constructed team that can cover some of those flaws, then you're in trouble. And the Miami Heat have a lot of work to do to fix that. It's not that Bam and Tyler cannot be solutions for a winning team. They're just very not clearly like the first piece of a solution. Like they're not even the air in the tire right now. They're accessories to the car. So they got to, they have to figure it out. The team has to figure it out. But I got to tell you, if I'm going to be dealing with Bam Adebayo trade rumors, it's going to be for a hell of a lot more than Austin Reaves and stuff. So I understand your delusion, Lakers fans. I get it. You have every right to be delusional based on what occurred for you this year. You basically, you might as well actually think the moon is made of cheese and that the sky is red. I mean, like, that is insane what happened. But I am going to be the first one here to officially reject Lakers Twitter's trade offer for Bam Adebayo.